Not too long ago, I performed Rachmoninov's Second Symphony with the Alabama Symphony Orchestra. And if you know that piece, you know it's a very lush, beautiful, kind of soul-wrenching piece. There's so much music to be made. One of the most challenging parts about that piece is trying to get as much color as I possibly can with my trumpet playing. In this video, I wanted to talk about that a little bit and how I get different colors and to talk about dynamics in general so that we can figure out how to have a consistent approach and how to make it as easy as possible to create as wide of a color palette as we can. The first thing we got to understand is that it is important to build a functional understanding of how to consistently produce sound on our instrument. I've made videos about how I think about doing that. I will put those down in the description so you can check that out. But suffice to say, our ability to have a wide color palette begins with our ability to make consistent sounds, and then we figure out how do I make forte and piano sounds from that consistent, healthy middle ground. When you've developed a healthy approach to trumpet production and you want to start pushing your dynamic range, there's a couple of different ways you can do it. One of the ways you can do this is to start at a very soft note and then crescendo to a very, very loud note over the course of 8 pretty slow beats, and then you want to crescendo back down to that soft note over another 8 beats. And this is going to help you begin to feel what it feels like to go to the extremes of your instrument. If you do this right, it should feel like it starts with a good, full resonant sound, and that you could almost feel like you're going to crescendo indefinitely, like there would be no end. I want to demonstrate what it would sound like if you were a little bit sharp on the pitch. What's going to happen is instead of feeling like you can crescendo indefinitely, you're going to end up having the trumpet feel like it's pushing against you. So if you do feel this while doing this exercise, you know that that's the culprit and you want to try to get back down to the center of the pitch. One way I've enjoyed working on dynamic contrast is to do it through long tones. So the way I would start is to, again, get a healthy mezzo forte, easy production established. And then I would ask, how would I make a louder sound or a softer sound while keeping that healthy production? The way I've generally done it in the past is to play all of my long tones forte on one day and all of them piano on another day. So I get a lot of opportunity to explore and try to develop some consistency. I made a video all about long tones. I'll put that in the description as well, so you can check that out. Before we continue, if you find yourself getting any value out of this video, I would really appreciate it if you would hit that like button. I really believe that it helps the YouTube algorithm figure out who else to send this video to that might be interested, and it would just help me out a lot. Thanks. So to continue on, I want to talk a little bit about some theory of trumpet playing. And when I talk about this with my students, I ask the question, if a forte note had a airspeed of 100 miles per hour, what do you think a piano airspeed would be? A lot of times I'll get answers that are like 35 or 20 or maybe 5 miles per hour. It's indicating that they believe that it's considerably less, and then I invariably tell them that for me, I try to have my piano airspeed be 100 miles per hour. Now, I understand this might not be exactly what's happening when I play the trumpet, but conceptually, I'm trying to put in the same thing in the trumpet regardless of it's loud or soft, so that things feel the same as much as they can. Moving on to talking about color in a piece, it's really important to understand that this is going to be heavily guided by listening and knowing the context of what's happening in the piece. When you're playing in the orchestra, the emotion that the composer is trying to get across will be the thing that dictates what color you choose to play with. I want to dive into a couple examples from Rachmaninov's Second Symphony that I recorded to show you what I mean. Every single one of these examples has forte written in there, but each one of them is a slightly different forte. It's a slightly different sound. So even though on the page it looks the same, I'm using context that's happening around me and what emotion that I think Rachmoninov wants to get across to dictate what kind of forte that I play. Hopefully those examples help you understand a little bit what I mean when I say playing with color. I want to end this video by playing the opening of Schumann's Second Symphony. This is an excerpt that has plagued me for a long time because when I play it in the orchestra, it feels great. I'm doing what I need to do. I'm playing with color. But when I play alone, I tend to play it too soft because I'm focused more on trying to play really soft than trying to just play with a soft, beautiful color. The first example I'm going to share is me trying to just play soft, like decibel level soft, like I turn the radio all the way down. And the second version I'm going to share is going to be one where I play into it a little bit. I play with a little bit fuller sound. It still sounds soft. It's not like I'm playing loudly, but you can hear it just going to sound a lot more resonant and a lot more comfortable when I play. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it was helpful in beginning the conversation about color and dynamics. If you have any questions, put them down below in the comments and I will get to them. I'm gonna put a video on the screen that will just continue. There's gonna be a link on the screen to a video that I made talking about excerpts from Till Eulenspiegel. So if you haven't checked that out and you're interested, go ahead and click on that. We'll see you in the next video.